that a crosswalk is defined as a provision, especially, they can't read that. Can y'all read that? And especially and designated, paved, marked, and distinct path, indicating the clearest and safest means for successfully gaining access to the other side of a sometimes perilous intersection of any impediment, usually of incongruent traffic with distinct parameters. Somebody say a crosswalk. So in other words, a crosswalk means that there was something provided that has been measured to the length and the width of its existence that will give us a special, designated or appointed, paved or planned and expected, clear, something with vision, marked or an assigned, distinct or a unique, safe and protected means to prosper in and during our journey from faith to faith and from glory to glory. And not only will this provision be given for a safe journey, but it will also keep you safe when you come against what's known as perilous intersections of impediment, which simply means hard and rough intersections of hindrance, encumbrance, obstacles, stumbling blocks, opposition, discouragement, difficulty, hang-ups, snags, setbacks, burdens, falters, mistakes, hesitations, frustrations, interruptions, distractions, and sin. Somebody say the cross. In other words, and not only does it help us with these impediments, but these impediments are incongruent traffic. In other words, they're inharmonious, discordant, inconsistent, contrary, out of line, out of step, and out of order with our destiny. So when Jesus said, take your cross daily, he was saying, I'm trying to position you for a crosswalk. I'm trying to give you what you need to deal with perilous times. I'm trying to help you with your hindrances. I'm trying to help you with your impediments. I'm trying to help you with everything that's in the way of your destiny. So when we celebrate today, we want to keep our cross, because anytime we come against affliction, put the cross on it. Anytime you come against hardship, put the cross on it. Anytime you come against your flesh, put the cross on it. Somebody say, I'm on a crosswalk. God is speaking to us that this is the day that he has made, that you might see your destiny realized, that nothing can get in your way. The cross is your guiding post. The cross is the door to your destiny. And because of the cross, no matter what takes place, whatever is incongruent traffic to the means of your destiny, look at your neighbor and say, I'm going to cross over. But see, cause and effect says that it's already been parameters set. So you've got to be careful that you don't walk outside the design lines for your destiny. Because if you get hit by traffic and you're not within the parameters, then the driver had a legal means to bust you up. The devil has every right to bother you when you're on the outside of the lines. But if you stay within the lines, I know it's easier on the wide road. I know narrow is the way. But if you can stay on the crosswalk, I guarantee you'll get to your destiny. If you can stay on the crosswalk, I guarantee you the traffic's got to stop. It's something about a crosswalk. No matter how fast it's coming at you, it has to hold up. The devil can't come in the crosswalk or he's out of order. It's illegal for him to bother you in the crosswalk. I'm trying to talk to some people tonight that you might be on the wrong side. Tap your neighbor and say, get inside the crosswalk. You'll be safe. He might have bothered you last night, but tonight I'm in the crosswalk. He might have messed with your money last week, but tonight it's in the crosswalk. He might have got with your relationship last year, but this year somebody say the crosswalk. God has us in a crosswalk. Something that's been provided to give you safe and clear passage as you move from one corner of your life to the next. And you know what's so beautiful about a crosswalk down south? It don't even have to be at a light. It can be in the middle of the road. It don't even have to be at a corner. Tell your neighbor, I thought I had to get to the corner, but God done gave me a shortcut. Every now and then, when you can see the corner and you striving to get there, every now and then God will shoot a crosswalk right in the middle of your journey. And even though you didn't think you were going to make it to the end, God knew. He said, cross over now. Tell 3 people and say, cross over now. Cross over right now. Because we got the type of God, he knows how much you can take. He understands what will take you out. And every now and then he won't even require you to get to the corner. Some of us give up before we allow God to show out. You just got to be willing to go all the way. He knows how to cut a path. They could have went round Barnea Kadesh, but he knew how to give them a pathway right in the middle of the desert. God has a way of opening up the Red Sea. Tell somebody, the same thing I crossed over will swallow up my enemy. And the same, your enemy will try to chase you because he saw you go through it and think that he had passageway, but it was a setup. You wondering why your enemy ain't stopped chasing you? Because God is running him into the Red Sea. You just keep your eyes on Jesus. Let your enemies keep coming, because in a minute they're going to get swallowed up. If you trust in God, stand on your feet and tell him, I'm in the crosswalk. We serve a crosswalk God. He just wants you to deny yourself, deny your own thoughts, your own logistics, your own intelligence, and trust him in the crosswalk. I know it looks like the enemy's streaming up on you and gonna run you right off the road. But if you're in between the lines and the light says green, if you got that little man on the light like this, green, I just need some of y'all just to start walking. Tell somebody it's a green light. Tell somebody it's a green light. Tell somebody it's a green light. I just got to stay in the crosswalk. I just can't jaywalk. As long as I don't jaywalk, I'm all right. The light is green. I'm just going to stay within the lines, because when I'm in the crosswalk, I can get my healing. When I'm in the crosswalk, God's going to release my money. When I'm in the crosswalk, my joy and my peace is back. When I'm in the crosswalk, the blood will be applied to every situation in my life. Every now and then the devil's going to trust. He's going to test you. He's going to tempt you with a speeding car. But as long as you're in the crosswalk, here's what you got to know. Romans chapter 6 and 4, while they're on their feet. If you're buried with him by baptism into death, here's the revelation. That like as Christ was raised up from the dead by the glory of the Father, even so, somebody say even so, we also should walk in the newness of life. And it's wonderful, because listen to the scriptures. If Jesus is telling you to carry your cross daily, what he's trying to do is to set you up for what Jeremiah lamented and said your compassions are going to be daily. But you can't have new mercy without a daily cross. If you keep your cross with you, then the mercy will be new for you every morning. But there can be no resurrection if there is no death. And so God, I release now into your children a crosswalk spirit. That God, I know it might seem easier on the other side of the lines, but God, we're going to stay perpendicular to the traffic. We're going to stay right in the lines of your majesty and your dominion. And God, when we're in the crosswalk, though the traffic looks like it'll run us over, we're protected